Do you want to go to the flotation tanks?
We can do that too if they're open.
I'm so tired.
Capital Floats?
Hey, how's it going? Do you guys have any open times today for 2 tanks?
Yeah, we do this afternoon at 5:30.
Okay, if I book those, am I able to cancel them free of charge or no?
Yeah, if you could at least give us like an hour or so notice, that would be fine.
Okay, I might call back in like 10 minutes maybe. I gotta
Sure.
ask my wife. All right.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
I don't know if I felt like waiting till 5:30.
Yeah, because then we'll get home.
Way too late.
Yeah.
It's like the best tea in the world. This is from that Costco tea. It's got like ginger and honey in it or whatever. We tried to go into the flotation tank place, Capital Floats. Listen, I'm trying to get this video going. I don't have any caffeine in me. I've drank like the minimal amount of caffeine in the last week and a half. This is new for me. I'm not gonna get off it entirely forever. I'm just taking a small break. My main point is like I'm even out in left field. I can't talk right now, and yeah, I don't know. This is a lot harder without massive amounts of caffeine. I need to get a haircut today. I need to do some random stuff. I need to. We need a Christmas shop. I'm probably gonna have some caffeine. I'll probably have a little bit of coffee. Hold on.
You should review that coffee they gave you.
Oh, that. Actually, I'll do that right now. Premium coffee. My cousin John brought me back a couple coffees from Malaysia, right? Malaysia?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try it out. I'm not gonna drink the whole thing. Number one, because the caffeine is just, I have like a high tolerance and low tolerance right now. It's inconsistent, but also more than that, forget about the caffeine, it just has milk in it. Milk will just destroy me for the rest of the day. So even with a few drinks of this, I'm gonna take a little lactate pill or whatever. And,
Is that from John or Victor?
this one's from, I think it's from John. Pretty sure it's from John. Ugh. It's really good. You know what? This tastes like a Mr. Brown coffee. I don't know if you guys have ever had Mr. Brown coffee. I feel like all these brands, for the most part, are like in the same distribution, manufacturing warehouse. Not that this is manufactured, but you know what I mean. Like where they do all the canning or whatever. It's in the same can plant, and then they put it in there as well. I'm sure because these coffees taste very, very similar, even though they're all from apparently different places. Like this one says it has Arabic beans in it, Arabi beans. It's Arabi kahwa. Yeah, I don't think so. You want to try it or no? I'm not gonna have any more. I think the coffee's like a. If you rate it, if you guys want to watch, I don't know if you guys have not watched my coffee review videos on Instagram. It's like a 10 scale. I try a bunch of coffees. I've probably tried over 200 coffees now, like in the last year or so, and it's like a 5 is just trash. It's okay. 5 is just, actually no, 5 is trash. Anything below a 5 is even worse than that. It's like noteworthy where I'm gonna like just pretty much rail on it. 6 is, and it's okay. It's good enough. I'm not disappointed. Like, and a 7, anything over 7 or above, it's solid. Like I wouldn't be ashamed to tell you, I try it out, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. 8 and above, it's great coffee. I would go out of my way if I'm close to it. I would brag about it. I would say, oh, you need to try that. A 9 and above is a unicorn. It's like, very rare do I have something like that. And yeah, so then you do like a point system. So it's like this coffee right here is like it's good, but I go out of my way to get it. I probably wouldn't go to another country to get it. It's like a 7.4 for me. I'm not a mixed coffee guy and has some milk in it. So 7.4. Yeah, I don't even know if that caffeine, you know, even with my tolerance kind of low right now, it doesn't even feel like the caffeine's getting me right now. I've been taking this nootropic alpha GPC for about 2 months now. That works great. Like that gets my mind going in the morning a little bit, helps me stay pretty consistent, where I don't have this brain dump in the middle of the day, which I still need to take that this morning. Caffeine is not helping me out that much anymore, though. It's like, I don't say it's negative, but it is like, it's not. I mean, when you're younger and you first start drinking coffee, you feel it. You're like, oh, this is amazing. Then you go through decades. Now, like, I shouldn't say decades. I've gone through like 15 years probably drinking coffee. It's not that long compared to most people. And inconsistently drinking it, but the last 8 years or so has been very consistent. And the caffeine just does not do the same thing. It's like, gets me going. More than anything, it just makes me have to use the restroom. That's it. It doesn't really get me going like it used to. So I'm hoping that I take this little break from the caffeine, in about a month I'll have another cup, and it'll feel great again. Then I don't have to drink 400, 500, 600 milligrams of caffeine, which I don't do that every day. Or I wasn't doing that every day, but there are those days where people, I think most people are like, they don't even realize it with the amount of cups of coffee that they drink. They're pretty high up there. So if I can function off one coffee in the morning, not feel dehydrated throughout the day, not have my intestines and insides just feel like they're just being like punched on, you know, it'd be great. Hopefully that's the goal at the end of all this, just like not drink as much coffee or whatever. And yeah, I gotta take my alpha GPC. I gotta go get a haircut, and then whatever else we gotta do, I don't know. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and I don't think there's anything to do. Everyone's gonna be shopping. It should say Black Friday. It's Black Friday. I don't think that anybody is out doing stuff. It's kind of, there's not a whole lot to do. Not a whole lot to do. So we'll see what we end up doing this evening. Yeah, I honestly, I kind of wanted to float, but the fact that Auburn's too far away, 5:30 p.m. is too late. Sacramento doesn't have any open tanks or whatever. When I say float, I mean flotation tanks. So like, I had this membership when I was living in Sacramento that I would go to a couple times a week, and the membership is at this place called Capital Floats, and they have these tanks, and they're really nice. I've been floating for like 10 years, and no, maybe more than that now, a little bit more than 10 years. Back in the day when you would go into these tanks that I'm going to start explaining to you, they look like they're just made of like particle wood and put together all janky, and these big old heaters on the outside. And if you look down, I couldn't even explain to you what they were. Like if you saw the old ones, they just look like boxes with water in them. The new ones are these like big, built into the wall, have beautiful filters, like all aesthetically pleasing. Don't even look like a box. It's literally in the wall. It's a tub. The tanks, and they have these like air sealed doors. Great. What they are is this big body of water that probably up about a foot, maybe a foot and a quarter, and the water is heated up to body temperature in this tub, and there is a heater in there to keep like condensation in the tank, and there's pounds and pounds of Epsom salt, so much so that when you sit down in the water or lay down in the water, you float. So what you do is you go in these tanks, and most of these places, the whole point is you're supposed to float in them. You're supposed to lay in them and float, and they relax you and let your mind chill out and stuff like that. It's very good de-stimulation is what I call it. Yeah, and so you go in there and just you spend some time. Most people, they're in there for like an hour. They play some music. They have different lights on, and they try to just relax. I go in there for 2 hours. I turn all the lights off. I don't want any music. I get in there just completely naked, and I just like float. And the cool thing is that like after a while, your nervous system and your brain, everything, there's nothing for it to grab onto because the lights are off. You're floating, so your muscles are relaxed. There's so much condensation in the air that you don't know where the level of the water and the air is on your body anymore when you're floating there. And you get to a point where you don't know if you're napping or if you're awake anymore. And you pretty much are just able to sit there with your thoughts. I like going in there and praying. So I'll go in there and pray for a couple hours. And it's great. Nothing bothers you. You just, like, there's no sounds, there's no anything. It's the most relaxing And honestly, like it's a really, really comfortable place to pray, and it's probably my favorite part about it. And I was hoping to do that today. Go in there for a couple hours, just chill out in the tank, and not be bothered by like the outside world. You don't need the tank to pray, but I like doing it in there. And but yeah, there's no appointments, today, so I have to figure out something else to do. I'm gonna go get my haircut right now. Great Clips, Supercuts, Great Clips. One of those things. I don't go to fancy barbers anymore. I mean, like 90% of the time for the last like year and a half or two, I will go to a cheap little commercial place like that because my hair's really not that hard to do. I was going to barbers when my buddy was in town and he was cutting hair over here, and then I was a little bit more inclined to go because I like talking with him, and we do a good job. After he left, I know some good barbers. Actually, I know a lot of good barbers, but I'm not gonna pay $40, $50 after tip and everything like that to get a haircut that I can go pay $20 for down the street. You know what I mean? And my hair grows out after a week anyway, so it's not even, I don't know. There's really no different. And then on top of that, after I get my haircut, I might shave this because it's not growing in particularly great. It's I've been asking Tanya for like 3 weeks, how does it look? Does it look all right? I know it looks dirty, but she was like, I'm indifferent. And this was the first morning where she was like, yeah, it's kind of dirty.
I love you for who you are.
Yeah, I'm going to end up going to, I'm getting my hair cut and I'm going to shave this all off. I don't know if it's going to stubble. I don't know if I'm going to full go. But, man, I can't talk. But I'm going to plug my clippers in before I get my haircut so I can come back and just buzz it all off. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably end up doing it. All right, there it is. I just got it. Now Tanya's getting her, she's not getting it. She's washing her car, or she said she was, in this car wash that's like right down on the other side of the parking lot. So I'm walking over there. My hip hurts so bad. I got this like sciatic nerve, whatever you call it, sciatica. I would remember this if I had caffeine. It is destroying me. My back and my hamstring it is just the sharp pain that goes all the way down from my back to my butt, down the back of my hamstring, sometimes in the back of my calf. Walking helps, but it also hurts really bad, and that's what's happening right now. So I see Tanya. I'm probably like only 45 yards away, closing in on her cleaning her car. So thank God I don't have to walk that much further. It is loud over here. It's ridiculously loud. My facial hair, because of my haircut, looks very distinct right here. This is like what all the younger kids in like Israel do. So they keep their sideburns, or the hair on the side of their heads. They get fades like this. I didn't do this on purpose. I'm gonna shave when I get home, but they get fades and they keep a little patch of hair right here because they can't grow beards, but they still have the sideburns. So they keep their sideburns right there for like an inch or so. So you have all these kids out this like clean taper, and like, well, I don't have a taper, but you know what I mean, a fade, a taper, all the way down into like a just distinct sideburn. That's what that looks like right there. But yeah, it looks funny. I'm gonna go home and shave. Guys, there's a correction on the coffee. My cousin Victor got me that coffee. John got me, my other cousin John, he got me actual coffee grounds to make my own coffee, but the can is from Victor. So you guys know who they are. I'm just saying, I gotta do this, otherwise I'm gonna be thinking about it all day. So I got the gifters wrong. Victor got my cans and John got me some bagged coffee, which I'll make some cold brew out of at some point. Or Tanya will make it for me. Mo. It's the worst dog ever. Mo. She's just going crazy. Goodness. It's our tea from this morning. Still haven't picked it up. It's the towel we were using to wipe the dog's feet before they came in. We have 3 of them right now. Tenemos uno más de lo que necesitamos. We have one more than we need. And that one right there, she's just, she's crazy. She's the worst dog ever, as you can tell. Mo! All she does is she wants to play and fight and wrestle all day. That's all she does. Non-stop. She has no technique either. She just like embrace the grind. Go after you the entire time. Don't stop. In about, 10 minutes, we've moved 50 feet. There's so much holiday traffic. This is the type of stuff that drives me crazy. Like, I don't get road rage or frustrated when there's just an endless amount of traffic. We're all part of traffic. It's not like there's traffic and I'm in it. It's like we're all traffic. But the part that drives me crazy is that people start getting crazy impatient. Like, I gotta go. But like the reality is, like, maybe they have somewhere to be on time. It's not a life or death situation though. And people just, I don't know, they try to assert their dominance through weaving and maneuvering outside of cars. And like, I just want to go. And the funny thing is this, when people do that, they don't even realize that a minute later you guys are in the same spot. And when people cut you off, they're not saving any more time. It's just like, for them, it's like a moral victory. But the reality is, it's not like a true victory. They're still stuck. They're still behind the person that they took all this effort and mental energy that they contributed to trying to like cut off. They're getting to the place at the same exact time. And I'm seeing this happen constantly. So I kind of just chill out, let people go if they want to. Great, amazing. But yeah, there's some people right now, they look very, very angry. And it drives me crazy, but not in an angry way. It drives me crazy in like a logical way. Like, what? Do you not get it? Do you guys not understand time? That's why the only conclusion I have is it's like it's a moral victory and people get all crazy in traffic, because we're all getting there at the same exact time, especially with this type of traffic. We're barely even moving. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys are like that. I don't get crazy on the road with people. Like, I drive the speed limit, I save some gas, and when people are weaving and trying to cut people off, many times, 99% of the time, I'm just going the speed limit and I'm just kind of forecasting, like I'm playing Tetris with the traffic. And it's like, you can go the speed limit, get over, do your thing, let people go, and probably navigate a little bit easier, rather than those people that are trying to move and this and that, because they're just stopping constantly. Whereas if you're just relax, go with the flow of things and kind of find your spot, you'd get places a lot faster. At least you'd move a little bit quicker. I should say you'd cover distance in a more optimal manner, and you wouldn't waste as much gas. Anyways, traffic, driving lesson for those of you. Driving in a small town is completely different. Like, I feel like unless you drove in the city like for a long time, it's kind of, no, it's not me. Yeah, unless you've driven in the city for a long time, you don't really get it. Like, people here think that they can like force their way. They could force a situation. They can manipulate a situation. This is not how it works. You have to know timing and distance and know how to forecast and read the grid. You know what I mean? It's out there. I'm going in a rabbit hole, but you understand what I'm saying. It drives me crazy. It literally drives me crazy, especially with not enough caffeine and the sun is bright. We gotta clean the inside windshield of Tanya's car because there's like these little streaks on. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it makes the glare so much worse. Normally I wouldn't be vlogging like this in like traffic, but we've gone 70 feet maybe, and now what seems to be 13-14 minutes, we have not moved anywhere. There's Black Friday traffic everywhere. We finally made it to Turlock after I don't know how much time in the car. I was actually zoning out, but thank God we made it. And we're gonna go to this parade down here. Not parade, I'm sorry, Festival of Lights. I don't know how cool it's gonna be. I don't know. They do this every year. It's the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I should call it. And they do this lighting of the Christmas tree downtown. They call it the Festival of the Lights. There's a bunch of vendors, food, and just junk like that. So we're gonna walk around. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold, California cold, and we're gonna hopefully find something to do. I mean, I know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna walk around, maybe eat something, look at the lights. Then it's gonna be boring, and we're gonna have to park somewhere where it's not too far, so my back doesn't get jacked up walking, but also close enough to where you know, we can get in and out, maneuver, and not get stuck in this like the traffic. It's gonna be all around downtown. We're gonna be there a little bit early, so it's not gonna be too bad right now. Hopefully we can get somewhere decent. I have a feeling we're gonna find somewhere good to park. But yeah, I get bored at this thing after about 30-40 minutes. It only takes 20 minutes to see all the little vendors they have. And if you're not gonna buy anything, you can't really stop and hang out at each little booth for a long time. I don't know, do you remember going to this last year?
Yeah, you know how I'm not from here. Before, like I went here, I came here, I thought like Black Friday is like a day that's like kind of like related to Black History Month. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was like to celebrate Black people.
No, it's just an Americanized holiday to get discounts on stuff and buy a bunch of stuff. Black Friday, like, you know, in like the business, like you're in the black.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But before I came here, like 7 years ago. I thought that's what Black Friday is.
It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. I completely understand. And then there used to be a bunch of memes online that would go around and give all kinds of like dumb facts that weren't facts. They were dummy facts they weren't true, and they were about like there is some stuff on the internet that tried alluding to that as well. Not true though. Yeah, so we're here in Turlock. We're going to the downtown festival of the lights. See this Christmas tree get lit up. See what's going on. RV park over there.
We had free hot chocolate last year. That's what I remember.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna end up having to use the bathroom for the hot chocolate we got, or this coffee that I tried from this gas station. I didn't put the review in this video, but I reviewed one of the coffees from the gas station we went to before we left, and it's gonna make me have to use the bathroom. I know there's a little bit of milk in it, that powdered milk that you get from the machines. You know how when you press the machines at the coffee, the one that's not brewed, but it's like powdered condensed milk and like flavoring and whatnot. Yeah, I tried one of those. Good amount of caffeine for somebody that hasn't been drinking a whole bunch of coffee. I feel it, but it's jacking my stomach up. The lactose, I'm lactose intolerant. The what would you say, indigenous blood in me is not tolerating this milk well. Not good at all. This is some thrift shop we found. We just parked and it's freezing outside, so we figured we'd walk around in here while all the other vendors are setting up still. And there are some golf clubs, and I have not golfed for months.
They're like $2 and it's 60% off.
Dang. If there was a big enough, that might be one. With like drivers, I usually will just buy whatever, because it's like, even if it's cheap and you break it, ones like this, they're just fun to play around with and take to the driving range. And if they're cheap enough and you break them, you don't really care. But this actually looks kind of cool. Let's see. It's possible. It's possible. It's only going to be $1, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. I feel like we're going to have more junk, and we already have so much crap. And I already have a whole thing of clubs, but I do need a new driver.
That's true.
But I don't know where we'll put it, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of junk.
This part's blocked off, so you can't go back there, but dang, they have so much stuff. It looks really cool. I think we've already gone through the whole thing, because there's another side, but it's closed, and none of it's gonna fit me. It's not nothing that I wanted, actually. What's this? It's a nativity scene. It's gold.
That's cool.
Let's get it, because it goes. It's perfect. We've been looking for something like that. Sorry. Yeah, it's over there. That's a good find. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's still a whole other side of the street that we haven't gone onto yet, so my lips are chapped right now. Yeah, there's a whole other side of the street that we're gonna go explore right now. I just gotta put this in the car really quick.
I like that store.
Awesome looking store. This is like if I had to dream about Christmas, this store would be the aesthetic of it. Really cool stuff. Everything looks comfortable, but if I sit down for too long, my sciatic nerve is gonna destroy me. Oh, it's cool. I'm not gonna play it, but this is a cool piano. Please don't touch. But man, that's so awesome. They redid it for Christmas. They had to have. That thing wasn't originally red. There's no way. Everything in here is so cool. I'm pretty much already over this place. Not over it. There's just, you've already seen everything. You walk down the street in like 15 minutes and everything is gone, but there are a lot of people here now. Actually, a lot of decent food, but I don't know. I feel like it's all food we can make at home. Or if you like, there's Mexican food and there's like hot dogs and pizza and street food, but it's not gonna be worth eating here because you're gonna have to wait forever. It's gonna cost like, way more than it actually should, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being negative. It's cold. I need caffeine. What do you think?
Try that coffee place?
Yeah, let's try it. What do you think?
I think the highlight here is the hot dog wrap and bacon, but I don't want to wait there.
Yeah, we can make this at home.
Yeah.
Every time I see this building, I always think this would be where I would want to have a church. Like, I wish something would happen to this building and I could just have a church in here. It's like the cool little molding on the ceilings, the brick walls. It goes back a decent amount of space. Yeah, I had to move these things up. They're not permanent. They're not like bolted in the ground or nothing. It's just a cool building. Something that would be perfect. You got fans and good ventilation in here. Whole little back area. Perfect space. You could fit probably a few hundred people in here. Yeah, this would be awesome. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it would be really cool. So there's a little section right here about the Syrian diaspora, Syrian community in Iran. They're from Iraq. They're like ancient Babylonian. They go back even further than that. But some of them, they were exiled and they fled from where they originated from, and they went really far east from Iraq into places like Iran, where they were also, persecuted there as well, even into the modern day. Crazy stuff. Iran's crazy in general, right? But the Assyrians, out of all Christian history, they have the most, I would say, the most persecution of any branch of the church, of any people group of the church after the New Covenant. They have the most, and it still goes on into the modern day, which is crazy. The Armenians as well. I just say them and the Armenians. It's like a tie. Not that it's like some oppression Olympics thing, but the Assyrians, very, very interesting history or whatever. So it's like a map and a little section that they have here as well. It's interesting because the section they have here is as Assyrians that came here, and they're Protestant Presbyterians, but most of the Assyrians are Orthodox. Not necessarily connected to the Eastern churches or Oriental churches. I guess the Chaldeans are, but yeah, these ones here, they've put this display up, are Protestant. Awesome. Aramaic speaking Christians in the Central Valley. Really cool.
What can you say in their language?
I would say in Aramaic, Shalom Aleichem. It's like, hello everybody. Eat Bra Kadisha. There's one blessed son. There's one holy son. And they eat Licha. Baba, I have one father. Abundu Shmaya, our father in heaven. This whole place is a museum of Turlock. And they just have all kinds of old stuff in here. Look, but don't touch. All this stuff I want to touch, but I'm not going to, but it's really, really cool. From an old Methodist church. Yeah, a bunch of really cool stuff in here. Oh, this is awesome. It's an old baptismal.
Get out of here.
Oh, excuse us. Yeah, that's so awesome. Old baptismal. For children. Turlock is like a pretty religious place. Like at one point in like the 90s, they had the most churches per capita. So it's a very, very, not just religious, very Christian territory. Of all of California, I can't imagine there being a place where they had more churches, even to this day. Tons of them. I know it's not recorded. There's even more now than there were in the 90s, but very religious place. So a lot of the history in here has to do with like churches and immigrants that came here planted churches and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of different settlers, and almost every display that you have here, from like the Assyrians on the other side, there's an Asian one, there's some Scandinavian settlers right there. They all have to do with something with the church. All right, we're already back in the car. Oh my gosh. Oh. My back is sore. Area with my hernia surgery, it's kind of feels weird. Went to the doctor and got a ultrasound. Had a couple appointments. I got to meet up with the doctor this week, actually, coming up, because it just feels funny. And like, it's bound to happen. The only way I can explain it is I feel like I'm getting another hernia, and praying that I don't already have one. I don't think I do. There's a lot of scar tissue on there. Anyways, I'm like pressing on my belly button as I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, we're already leaving. We're probably gonna get a taco truck and then go home, and this video might be done. You want a taco truck, or do you want to eat at home?
It's up to you. I feel like you want taco truck.
Taco truck sounds good, or there's restaurants around here where there's actually good Mexican food, so.
It's up to you.
We're gonna eat dinner right now, and then we're gonna be done. I'm gonna go home and lay down and not film anymore, shoot it. That's how old I am. Film. That's how long I've been doing this. We're not gonna record anymore. My back is destroying me. So make sure you guys subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.